Hi, lovely people. Welcome back to another episode of the Record Podcast. My name is Lisa Marianne.
And my name is Mariah Onyango. And I am so happy. This is another episode.
Yeah.
Lisa, how have you been?
I've been very well. Nimekuwa take my resting time very seriously. A girl almost burnt out.
Yeah.
But I thank God and thank you for your advice and your support, Mama. Nimelala ya kutosha.
You're welcome. Tulisema the first episode tuliongelea about sleeping.
Yes.
Lala, if you can sleep, imagine sleep.
Yeah.
Lala, it's very important.
How about you?
Mimi nimekuwa salama. I'm just minding my own business and taking water.
Let me tell you a quick story about taking water. So there's a time nilikuwa na attend counseling, so just marital counseling. Then the counselor was like, sasa unaona mzee wako ako on fire, like ile fire ya hasira.
Yeah.
Si fire ingine, you know, our products here can mislead the type of fire. But ile fire ya hasira, you as the wife, instead of jumping into an argument so that it does not escalate, mzee akikasirika we kunywa maji. Anashinda kusema ukiona ameshout kunywa maji. So yeah, so at first I was like, kunywa maji. Akaniambia, when you keep your mouth busy with drinking water, hautajipata umemjibu, and that fight will not escalate.
That's nime learn something. So maybe nimesema I'm just taking water and mind my own business. Yes. Hey.
Our lovely viewers might be wondering, hey Leo, what are these goodies that that we are showing them, or it's on display?
Yeah.
But we will be jumping into that shortly because there's a story nilitumiwa Mariah.
Before we say my story, maybe you can acknowledge our sponsors for this episode.
Yes.
They are called DKT. Au ndio produce these condoms. Ndio.
Yes.
Watu sishangeni nini?
By the way, Junona kwenye wameandika strawberry chocolate. Someone might be wondering, kwani we are promoting chocolates, but the story I'm about to read will help us acknowledge our sponsors, and also we will delve deeper into understanding what this beautiful chocolate spicy mint zote, what these amazing goodies are all about. So
tell us the story. Umesema there's a story you want to share with the audience. Give us tea. Just napenda chai, No, make sure it's very thick,
Yo, this one I read it and I was like, I feel like this is something we really need to talk about. So sit back, relax. Our audience, please listen to this one. So it reads this way. It's a bit long, but I'll try to move faster. So the title reads, My First Time to Have Sex. My first time to have zigs, all right? I entered a shop and bought a pack of 3 condoms. I looked at them curiously for a while, wondering how on earth I could use them. The lady at the counter noticed my puzzlement and she asked sincerely, have you ever used a condom? Have you ever used a condom? Do you know how to put it on? I blushed and said no. The lady took one condom and opened it and wore it on her thumb as an example. Please underline ipatia thumb, all right?
It's quite important.
Yes.
Okay.
This is how you put it. You have to make sure it's tight. I was even more puzzled by this. I was just an innocent young man. She noticed how shy and confused I was. You must be a virgin, she said teasingly. Have you ever had sex? She asked. I shyly said no. Then she looked around the shop. There was no one but just the 2 of us. She called me behind the counter, opened the door leading to the back rooms, and invited me in. She quickly locked the door. Ka-chung, ka-chung. She told me to hurry up. We don't have time, she said. She pulled her short skirt up, her panty down, opened her legs, and laid her back on a table. I was really shaking in shock. So remember, she lied on her table, So alijitandaza.
Oh, si na nyuma. Si nini hiyo? Si itwa umbo dogi. Si hiyo.
No, she laid on her back. Okay. That's how I have understood.
It's good when you're saying something on a picture, you have that clear picture. Just in case.
Yeah. Then she told me to wear the condom on, just like she had demonstrated to me. Let me repeat the sentence. Then she told me to wear the condom on, just like she had demonstrated to me. Do you remember how she demonstrated?
I take what? Thumb.
Yeah. I did. And she pulled me close. Oh, yes. Right there, I was deep inside her wet, sweet flesh. You can feel the passion, yeah?
Yeah.
But, oh my God, no. In just 2 minutes inside, it was too much, too overwhelming, too warm, and I was done.
Oh, so ini is a 2-minute man, eh?
No, you have to understand, ini mara yake ya kwanza.
So we excuse that.
So amesema, like, he was very overwhelmed because this was his first time giving it. Atujui sai, maybe alifanya mechi, practice, you know, we don't know about now.
Yeah,
but this was his first time. So the lady felt the wetness too. She felt the hot fluid inside her and asked me angrily, "Did you put on the condom like I told you?" I said innocently, "Yes, I did. Just like you showed me," I replied. She says, "Let me see." And oh, she screamed, "You were supposed to put it on your penis, not on your thumb, you fool."
Oh my goodness. Wait, so... all that time, the condom was kwa ya thumb.
Ukumbuki, when the lady was doing her demonstration, she used her thumb to demonstrate. So, vile mechi ilianza, she was like, "Put it on the way I showed you."
Yeah.
The way the guy alinterpreti ati angeiva kwenye mjulusi.
Akaiva kwa thumb.
Akaiva kwa thumb. Anyway, inaisha akisema hivi. And that is how I became a dad with a stranger. I'm off to buy my pamper.
Lisa, do you know how pampers are expensive?
Ile siku nilikwambia, equal season. Invest in a duvet and a jumper because buying pampers is more expensive than your 1,000 ya duvet.
Na kunywe chai yako pole pole.
Ukunywe chai, maziwa ni 50 bob. Hata kuna ya 25. It's cheaper than buying a Pampers.
Pampers, yeah.
But anyway, when I read this story, after it was sent to me, that's when I was like, I think let us talk about safe sex.
Yeah.
Let us talk about condom use.
Yeah.
Because kila mali unaona, tumieni condom. Ukitaka prevent HIV, tumia condom. Ukitaka prevent unintended pregnancy, tumia condom. Yeah. But how many people know how to use the condom correctly? Yes. Because inasemekananga, correct use of condom, it's the best way, it's the best method of contraceptive, it's the best method ya kuzuia ukimwi na sexually transmitted infections. If it is used correctly. So mtu hapa wa story yetu, yes alitumia condom,
but akuitumia correctly.
Akutumia correctly.
Yeah.
But before we jump into correct use of condom, Maria, tell me, as a young woman, when did you first hear about condom? When did you even first see a condom?
Wow. So maybe I can just say briefly, growing up, again, not a Gen Z, millennium. Growing up, Lisa, even just imagine, not even to mention, just to imagine condom. It is very, like, how do you even start to imagine that there's a condom? How?
Yeah.
Hata kuimagine condom, kota kukuwa na boyfriend.
It was taboo.
My lord. Ni utaenda shule usome. Because they keep saying, wanaume wakimbie. Once you're done in school, tutapata. So that is how I grew up. It was strict life. My auntie did a good job So she made sure that I went to school. I was a good girl, like not at a good, I was a good girl.
Good church girl.
Good child, Sasa, mimi na condom. So I came back to Nairobi in 2010. And my first time I interacted with condom was with PS Kenya. Sijui kama unajua PS Kenya. Yes. So they came to the ground, wanataka groups young people who can mentor other young people who can do things as a group. And I was like, that's how I found myself in PS Kenya. Wakatukuja kwa group ito wakatufund, and our job was going around the community just talking to young kids about safe sex and why they should wait. Alafu unajua zamani nilikuangalia ni poa kuchill. Unajua ni poa kuchill. So ni poa kuchill actually helped us because hata mwanamume boy akikwambia kitu tunamwambia chill, nimechill. In fact there's a time nimechill. As in those good old days, people used to see those adverts za condom kwa TV, but ilikuwa awkward because our parents were like, like no one is going to talk about it, unaona. So the first time nilikutana na condom when I came to Nairobi, and it was through PS Kenya, and we were just doing mentorship. And I remember it was very awkward because but how come it's a time to demonstrate, and I was like, oh my god, how am I going to do it? Of course you don't know correct, you are supposed to unaangalia expiry date nini, kwa hizo zote nimefanya. We'll talk about it maybe sio hapo baadaye. So nikaifungua mbio and then nikaishika, and I was like, yuck. It was so, to me it was so disgusting because with the lubricant, your oil yote and all that stuff. And then I had to demonstrate to my fellow community members how to use a condom, because at the end of the day nilikuwa nataka kubaki. I wanted to be part of the group. So if you want to be part of the group, you can't be shy. Alafu pia kulikuwa na pesa at the end of the day. So money is a motivator. So that was the first time I interacted with condom.
Nice. Na ile class ya reproductive health. Kitambo pia, I don't know if that happens nowadays, but there used to be hizo watu walikuwa wanakuja kwa clubs, wanaonyeshana videos za HIV, videos za the different types of STIs, and then in the video they would bring in an aspect of condom use. Did you ever
I think classic ndo tulifanya reproductive na mwalimu alipitisha tu juu. So the way you're very young, you are curious, you want to know what is a vagina and what is a penis, because umegrow up ukiambiwa hiyo ni dudu ya kukaja. As in, our parents are very lakini our parents, we love them anyway. So wanakwambia dudu ya kukaja, like they don't hit the nail. Wakwambia venye iko. So classics, reproductive science, mwalimu pia anapitisha tu juju vagina, penis, urethra, what na hivyo. So there was no that deep now this is a vagina, this is what it happens when you sleep with a man or a boy and all that stuff. Unajua alafu when you're growing up, kushafika your adolescent stage, pimples are coming out. You want just to make sure that you're around boys. Unajua, you want to know what is happening, your breasts are coming out. A lot was just happening. Yeah.
Me, my first time seeing a condom, you know how like holiday time unaenda kutembelea certain auntie ama relatives hivyo. So there's this holiday tuliendanga kutembelea a relative. Then you see when you're kids you're just like really curious, unataka kwenda kuangalia wardrobe ya wenyewe, just your two curiosity ya watoto. So kwa bedroom ya the older son, so hivyo tu hiyo curiosity kuangalia, then I found condoms. I didn't know what these were. So, and I think hizo zilikuwa zile za government. They used to be goldish. Si sure, siku hizo wanapeana sure, but kulikuwa ni hizi za gava, was it gold ama ni platinum, alafu imeandikwa podate, alafu juu imeandikwa jina condom mama, it's just plain.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, haina jina, haina nothing. So, curiosity, minika zichukua, nikenda ni kararua. I was like, what kind of a weird balloon is this? Wow. And why is this balloon being sealed? So nimeenda nimeka maji, because I tried blowing it up, it was not, I expand vile balloon. That's why I was finding it weird. Okay. So I went and showed the other cousins and whatnot, and I was like, mbona hii balloon haipuliziki kawaida? So the other cousins pia, they are just dumb like I am. So tukadecide wacheni tuweke maji. So tunaona mimi na cousins wengine pia tunashangaa, what are this? What type of a weird balloon is this? So tukaenda tukaweka maji, tukaanza kucheza nazo huko nje. Then house girl. Sijui alikuwa wapi yote mete tukifanya all these dramas. House girl akakuja akatupata. She was in shock. Kidogo kwa hiyo commotion, mama wa nyumba sasa anakuja.
Now your auntie.
Yes, now my auntie. Hey, immediately tulinyang'anywa. No one told us anything.
Yeah.
No one explained to us that this is tulimbutu msiwai cheza nizo vitu. Na mmezitoa wapi? Kwa bedroom ya XXX. Hey, auntie alikuwa amewaka moto. So I think XXX had a really hard night. Yes, sikuwa akipigwa makelele na auntie, but you see, so later on, after when I joined campo sasa kwa hizo ma clubs za kufunzwa reproductive, alafu tena campo ziko kila mali, posters everywhere, you know. So that is how I began to learn some of these things, ndo nikazi understand. But you see, back to your point too, I think it's very important, especially watu wakianza kufika adolescent stage. Haimaanishi that you're teaching them to go and practice, but it's good to have that information. Akiwaijipata kwa situation, and you're negotiating is a problem, then they can quickly react and know how to protect themselves. Unaona? So in that lens, what are some of the weird stories you've heard about condoms ama misconceptions?
Tulitumiwa hapa.
By the way, we were with you and I had you asking a couple of young people.
I just wanted, walinitumia like 5 hapa. So, one of them was like, ati condoms are unreliable. And they can break ama slip out. Unaona sasa zile kwa unateremka Timbuktu sasa unaenda. Ati sasa tinatoka. How true is that?
If it has been worn correctly, it should not come out. No matter the size of mjulus, it should not come out. And I think later on, Mara, we will be demonstrating how to wear it correctly. But in terms of reliability, as I said earlier, condoms when used correctly, they are the best at preventing unintended pregnancies, preventing HIV, na pia preventing sexually transmitted diseases. So hapo I think wenye wanasema hivyo ni wenye wajuu kuitumia correctly ama kuivaa correctly.
So in our episode today we are going to debunk those myths and misconceptions. Ndio. So another myth niliambiwa ati unaona kukula sweet na karatasi. Ndio sasa hiyo ati si tamu. Jenzi na kwambia watatuonyesha mambo.
Unakula lollipop na cover.
Wanasema wataki kula lollipop na cover.
Allah. Anyway, mnaona hizi products tuko nazo hapa. Maraya hata wewe nilikuletea.
Umeniletea zingine?
Yes, nilikuletea. Kiss condoms. Hapo kwa mambo ya sweetness. First and foremost, they have made sure that their condoms are not very thick. So they are thin. That means how you cannot feel the difference. And then pia wamewapea beautiful flavors. Naona watu wa kutaka hizo very nice packaging. Watu wa kutaka hiyo harufu nzuri mko na strawberry. You see, if you cannot afford strawberries and chocolate for your girl, you can afford Kiss condoms. Unaona? Harufu ndio hiyo tam. Secondly, wako na ile studded. Kuna watu ni kama wanataka mechi kuwe na certain level of roughness. Unaona?
Also, that is what it means by studded.
Yes, so studded inaongeza the rough elements ya mechi. Apparently kuna watu wanaipenda hivyo because inaongeza pleasure.
So inaongeza pleasure to both the man and the...
Yes, but mostly the roughness is felt by the woman, so that hits G-spots. Ninakwambia mechi lakini mnafanya mechi protected. Wale ambao mpendi harufu nyingi you just want that natural smell ya mjulus, natural smell, you know, ya vagina, this is for you. Aina mambo mengi. It's very organic, haina harufu. And then kuna wale watu wa chocolate.
Hata inakaa chocolate.
Nakwambia juzi nilisikia mtu mahali online akisema yeye wanapenda melt chocolate, apakwe, arambwe. Hii chocolate yenye hapa. So basically what I'm trying to say is that you can still have fun, safe and pleasurable sex using a condom. So your story utamu, that is a myth.
That's a myth, eh? Another myth wanasema ati 2 is better than 1.
What do you mean two?
Very mbili.
Oh, I thought you were saying 2 partners. Okay. Unajua siku hizi mambo ni mengi. The stories we had from those young people walitumia hizo mambo.
Mingi sana, yeah.
No, it is not safe to use 2 condoms because due to the friction ndo inaweza enda itoke. Unakumbuka the first point you said that inaweza toka.
Okay, yeah.
So condoms are meant utumie moja na utumie correctly. That is enough. But 1 condom, 1 round.
Si ati unacheza nayo unamaliza hata unaiva. But wanasema you know the moment ina slip off sasa hiyo ya pili itakuwa kama backup.
Hapana, ita slip off because there yo friction na ziko mbili. Unaona? Na hata inaweza cause iraruke.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But ukitumia moja, no matter the friction, especially if the lady is lubricated, and by the way our kiss condoms they are lubricated. Haitapasuka na haita slip off. Lakini hiyo point yenye nilikuwa nasema, unatumia condom moja, session moja. Ukitaka session 2, please use another one, another fresh one, fungua mpya. Na ile ingine ya kwanza, dispose it well. Itoe, wrap it nicely with a tissue paper, and then go dispose it safely in a dustbin. Do not go flushing it in washrooms. Now, udispose mali watoto wataenda wazipate. You see, just the way ladies are taught how to dispose a sanitary towel, it's the same case na kudispose condom.
True. Imi thingine ni funny. Wanasema condoms hazitoshi. They don't fit. Kuna wengine wanasema inawafinya. Tunaomba tukiuliza hawa nini? Hawa watu wako hapa kwa setup hapa nyuma tumeuliza condom kama ina fit. Na umesema ina fit. Sasa hii myth, how true is this?
I think we will be doing a game to demonstrate to our audience on whether or not condom ina fit all mjulu sizes. Because to me it is a myth.
It's a myth, yeah.
To me it is a myth. Condoms zina fit sizes. Na pia there's another company zingine huku nje zenye ziko na XXL. You know, for wao watu wenye wanasema hivyo. However, we will be demonstrating and doing a really nice activity ya kuona is that true or is it false.
Now the next myth wanasema condoms are indicative of sexual promiscuity by people who use them. Most as you umetembea kwa bag, you just carry condoms, maybe not for your own use, but you have that quote unquote careless friend. You're like, well, Lisa, hebu. Because I remember when you used to watch Sugar. You've watched your Sugar. There's this lady, watu walikuwa wanasema she's promiscuous, but in real sense, her carrying condoms were for her friends. Because wanaume wamemsurround, hawananga condoms. Na unakumbuka tulikuwa tukidiscuss initially with our photographers are telling us ati once the blood is up there, they don't have iteremke. Hakuna tena kutafuta condoms, siju condom. Ati that lady will run away. These are our men. Next time we should have them on set. Ndio tuambie their own side. Anyway,
Lakini it is a lie. Carrying around condoms does not mean that you're promiscuous. It just means that you care for yourself, your body na vile umesema, your other friends. So in case, because kwizi tunapata situations zenye mara umewalk mahali hivi, mtu akasema love is blind, love at first sight, mkaona equal weather mimi sita survive peke yangu. You see, so we are not judging your love on sight, lakini at least tumieni protection. So that is the good thing about always carrying it. It is just a way of making sure that uko na backup anytime. You're well prepared.
Absolutely. Na venye tumesema kiss condom they are the best.
Never riots.
Kaambia you don't have an excuse that you spend chocolate hauna excuse, si ndio? Haya mwisho there's the last myth wanasema condoms are only for penises. Inatumika tu na wanaume peke yake.
hamna, and we apologize that today the ones we don't have the female ones here. However, we'll do another episode where we bring in the female condoms and demonstrate them. They're not so popular, lakini tunazo female condoms.
Tena mingi sana.
Tunazo female condoms and they are readily available. And as a woman, uspo pata female condom, because sometimes unaenda kwa hii chemist haupati, unaenda pale hospitalini haupati. If in your area it is not easily available like in other areas, feel free to always carry the male condom and offer it to your male partner. You know, just offer the condom to your male partner until mzoeane, mkue exclusive na mjue each other's HIV status.
Very important. Si ndio? Tuache kutumia, unaona nasema Nairobi watu wanatumia
pima na macho.
Na hiyo nyachi yote. Wewe hizi. Lisa, have you seen this? She's so pretty. She can. In fact, we have a friend of ours who lives anakuanga very open with her status. We should invite her,
to teach you.
Jua kikuja hapa, you might think that, unajua she's all bubbly na, I mean, wanasemanga zamani when you growing up ukikuwa na HIV umekonda, but nowadays watu wako na HIV, they are the most healthiest. Hao ndio wako na nyama kushinda hata ito nyoko. Okay. Healthy in quotes and quotes, so yeah.
So point ya marani, muache kupimana na macho.
Go know your status, it's very important.
Yes, it is very important. Kuna watu nilisikia wakisema ati you cannot use a condom in marriage. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, it's very difficult. How do you start introducing condom? But I've had this conversation with another married woman. And I was like, what if you know openly like your husband sleeps around? Don't you think it's right for you just to protect yourself and introduce condom in the marriage? It is important.
Hata watu wa long distance relationship, you know, you can't assume that your partner is waiting for you vile wona msubiri. There is this person who once told me, because mzee wake ni wa kusafiri, huwa nampakia. They always come back unused, but she is just like, in case you fall into temptation, I'm not encouraging you, but in case, please protect me as your wife.
Exactly.
Ndo usiende uokote magonjwa kule kisha you bring them home. But very soon we'll be inviting a marriage counselor na maybe tutamuuliza, but your audience, what do you think? Can you introduce condoms into your marriage or even into your relationship kama mko exclusive?
Unaamka tu from there, babe, mimi nimedecide tunaanza kutumia kiss condom. Atakwambia mbona you don't trust me?
Lakini kuprotect afya yako has nothing to do with trust. So please protect yourself first.
It's very important.
Yes, protect yourself first. So Mariah, I'd like us first thing tufunze, because tumeshinda tukisema correct condom use. Let's teach our audience how do you put on a condom correctly. And then kisha after that tuangalile myth yako ya mjulus kutotoshea kwako.
So tufungue flavor gani?
Tunaweza fungua yoyote. However, unfortunately we did not have the penile model. Lakini tuko na something easily available. Na nimesikia kuna scandals ati wasichana wa kazi ukinunua cucumbers uchini kwa nyumba. Sasa siku hizi women are not buying cucumbers and zucchini. Ama ukinunua unanunua kwa mamboga kama umetumia.
Umekata kabisa, ndio.
Please, tafadhalini, do not use this into your vagina.
So Lisa, let me ask you, how many inches?
I do not know, girl. Mimi sijui mambo ya inches.
Ukweli. Unasema siku hizi amani inches na pesa.
Apana. By the another myth, it's good you've mentioned that. Another myth is that mjulu size, kuna zile za pleasure na kuna zile zenye si za pleasure, which is a myth, and actually it's a way of instigating stigma. The same way, you know, women do not like to be body shamed. When you penile shame a man, it is wrong, you know. So if you have your own preference, there's no need ya ku shame mtu, because this is a natural organ ambayo Mungu ndo amempea. And yes, you can have pleasurable and safe sex despite the size
The inches,
of the mjulos. So sisi leo hii we just randomly picked it, but we are doing it so that we can demonstrate. I think nitasongea karibu kidogo.
Tusongee karibu So first things first.
Yes.
We check the expiry date.
Yes.
It's very important, eh? Sasa tunaangalia expiry date yetu hapa ni 2028.
Oh, good.
February.
Yes.
So hata ukigift mtu akona for good years.
Hata kama hapo single.
Kuna wale walitobea sijui wako single.
Yes.
Tutawapea 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Okay.
And then unafungua vizuri.
But then inakaa chocolate.
Inakaa chocolate actually.
Inua juu kidogo just for our viewers. Na ziko ngapi hapo ndani?
Ziko 3. Sasa hizi ni round 3.
Exactly our point. Please, each round 1 condom.
Yeah.
So if someone gifts you this, wewe amekubless na 3 rounds.
So tumesha confirm expiry date.
Yes.
Alafu sasa hatuna makasi. But uzuri zimekuja na it's
easy to open.
Yeah, it's easy to open.
Nilisikia ati ukiwa kwenye bedroom na giza hakuna time ya kutafuta makasi.
Sasa hapa tunafanya
So watu wanafanya but you need to be very careful.
Yeah, because
na meno makasi that you do not end up tearing.
Unaweza itea But since pia we want to be very practical, kwa bedroom hakutakuwa na makasi. Hakutakuwa na makasi, so unakata tu pole pole.
Condoms are easy to, you see?
Tear.
Evil. Just